Welcome, everybody. It's technically not Halloween, but it's Devil's Night. Welcome to Geek the F Out. I'm Lucha Johnny.
I'm Kayla. AK11. Yeah. I always do that just in case, and then I'm like, oh shit. Welcome, everyone, to our...
Egos.
I got my Egos, which I've already eaten some. I was gonna make some. I also have chocolate pudding because watching these episodes made me crave chocolate pudding. So I might grab that at some point. Yeah. Fun fact, this was actually my mom's hospital gown when she was just in the hospital for surgery. She didn't wear this, but they like gave her an extra one, and I was like, hey Mom, you still have that extra one? She's like, yeah. Thanks. I won't tell you what I'm using it for, but thank you. No, I sent her a picture. She was like, you didn't actually shave your head. And I was like, no, Mom, I did not shave my head. It's just very slicked back to the point where I almost look bald. Pretty much look bald with my 5 head, but you know. Anyways, welcome everyone.
I'm right there with you.
Johnny, I'm also going bald, so.
So hey, should we say hi to everybody?
No, we should ignore everything.
All right. Screw you guys.
No, just kidding.
So, Mike Hext is here. Derek Hoover is here. Master Versal Toy Hunter Eldor is here. Thanos Copter. Chris Plastic of Shiny Plastic People.
Chris Plastic.
Chef M80 or Chef Matey. Is it Chef Matey? It's probably M80, like the explosive, but it's fun to say Matey, I think.
He's the one who got us our Mossman.
Oh, right. Yes. Thank you. He's right here.
Mm-hmm.
He's right here.
Mm-hmm.
The Retro Troy Princess. I went to say Toy, but I ended up reading Troy. She knows who she is.
Does she? Just kidding.
I should hope so. Quip is here. He don't got Insta. Sorry.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
Ralph is here. Casino Skunk Productions. What were you gonna say?
Hi, Ralph. Quip got me these, but damn it, everything's gonna fall if I move it any further. Three of the 4 of the dudes, Ghostbuster dudes. This one just has a really bad glare on. There we go. That's better.
It's so much different.
Better. I know.
Ghost Beacon is here. I like the avatar. That's cool. Who else? I'm going through the list. I think that's everybody.
Tony.
Tony Taylor's here.
He will be on with us in a little while. So, yeah, if you haven't entered the giveaway, we'll be giving away this badass chick later. Not this one specifically. This is mine. I repackaged her because that is one of the awesome things about this is ignore the dog outside. Is you can have the Destructor mint on card or mint with card. So you can take her out and play with her. And I just think that's fucking awesome. And also these card backs are amazing. But yeah, so check out our Insta at GTFO channel. There is a specific post for the giveaway. I know there's a bunch of posts for the giveaway, but there's a specific one. And if you just read the description, it'll tell you which one it is. It's also, if you just check the description of this video. But basically you have to like the post, follow both us and Phantasm Toys on Insta, and then comment your favorite Halloween show or movie. And there you go, you're entered. And I'll be checking to make sure that we get everyone by the time we do the giveaway. So it's still going to be open until 7 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, 10 Eastern. So
yes.
Yeah. Anyways,
we had some other people pop in. Lone Star Galaxy is here.
Hello.
Nostradamus Toys is here.
Ozzy.
Cobweb Collector.
Hi, Cobb. Yeah, welcome everyone. Make sure to smack that like, smack that subscribe, smack that bell icon. Hi. Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
I think
All
that is
right.
everybody. Yeah, Ghost Beacon. Oh,
Okay.
no. It scrolled. Ghost Beacon says card art by Baducci Studios.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome artwork. I
Wonderful.
mean, it's pretty fucking cool. And then there's the stamp. The stamp. But just all you need is the front anyways.
Yeah.
You can only display one side.
That makes it easy to decide because there's nothing in the back that you'd be worried about showing off. Smart.
Anywho,
wonderful.
Shall we get into the episodes?
Sure.
All right, so we'll be talking about episodes 7 and 8, and then Tony will be coming. Yeah, and then Tony will be coming on to talk about the season as a whole. So, yeah, episodes 7 and 8. Thoughts, real quick overall thoughts before we get into them specifically, Johnny.
I mean,
because you've never seen these before.
I had not seen them before. They were good. Like, I didn't have any. I mean, I have things that I wrote down, but I don't think I had any issues with anything that happened in the episodes. Like,
okay. Sorry, did I put you on the spot too soon?
Yeah, I think you did. I wasn't prepared.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know what else to say about overall. I mean, they were good. Go watch them if you haven't. You will enjoy them.
Okay.
I mean, it's the end of the season, so I mean, they did a good job with again, the pacing of the show in its entirety was good.
Yeah. This is a good point. It is scarier than I remember it being, and I've watched it many a times now. It's one of my faves. Yeah, it is a little bit scary. I think season 1 in particular too, I mean, we can get into a little bit later, but compared to the other seasons just has this vibe about it. I mean, they're all kind of scary, but I don't know. I feel like season 1 there's a lot more anticipation, and because there hasn't been previous seasons that you really don't know what it's going to be like, which is fun.
That was something I believe I said, like, when we talked about the first 2 episodes. Like, I didn't expect it to be, like, all in horror like it was, just from the jump. I would say these 2 in particular, I wouldn't say that 7 is all that scary. It's more like a thriller. And 8 is more like traditional horror. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely more horror oriented than I expected it to be.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so getting into it, episode 7 is the bathtub, and we start out with this very emotional Mike and Elle scene, and they almost kiss. In comes cockblock Dustin, because can't have them kiss. You gotta have them kiss at the later on. Also, yeah, let's make sure we don't spoil anything for Johnny, because he has not seen anything. And says Lucas is in trouble, and they hear Lucas on the radio saying the bad men are coming, which for a second Dustin was like, hen? Like, what's hen? Like, what's that? Yeah. Is that a code name for something? And they're like, no, bad men are coming. So the kids run away, which there's this funny moment with Mike and his mom, and he's like, just tell them I left the country. I've left the country. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
But Dustin's shirt, Castroville Artichoke Festival, that will come up later in my memes. Just saying, keep that in mind, because I've been to that artichoke, the Watsonville / Castroville / Monterey. There's an artichoke festival down there, and I've been to it, and I got really excited when I first saw this, and I was like, oh my god, that's like here. And for some reason, this kid came across the country for this artichoke festival with his family. I don't know, very random. But anyways, so as they're running away, there's a whole car chase scene with Brenner following them, and Elle fucking flips the van in the air over them. How fucking epic was that?
Wow, you jumped way ahead.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't.
well, I mean, from where, because I have a note like they probably could have driven around the upturned van,
Yeah, that's what I just
but I
said.
have,
She flipped the
yeah,
van.
but I have notes before that. What didn't we have a conversation between his parents and Brenner before that scene?
No,
Then
that's
my notes are
after.
out of order. That's what the problem
Oh
is.
no. Oh no.
I don't know why
Front
they got
row.
out of order, but
Yeah, no, it's later because they show up at the door after.
I do have
Because
one.
he's
Because his before they show up, has his mom gone into the basement yet?
no, that's later.
Jesus, what? Everything's all fucked up on my end. My apologies.
Oh
I don't know why
no.
these are all out of order. Okay.
Oh. Anyways. Okay.
Yes, the van.
Yeah, so
That was very. But I did write down like because it brought everybody to a halt, and I'm like, there's plenty of road. Like, why didn't they? Not that I want them to drive around and catch them, but like
yeah,
they probably could have just driven around. Like, I don't know.
they could have. They could have. Yeah, it is a very iconic moment, and I remember I can't remember if it was in the trailer or something for season 1, and I was just like, "Whoa," and even when it happened, it was still really cool to see it actually happen. So then Joyce and Hopper go to the station where Jonathan and Nancy are, and they find all the monster hunting stuff in Jonathan's bag. And that's when Brenner and Co show up to the Wheelers and they start just like taking all their shit. And the parents are like, we don't think Mike could have hidden a girl here. And this is once again, the Wheeler parents are so oblivious to things. And they're like, there's no way. Like, we wouldn't have known. A girl here? Like, what? No, never.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so she goes down in the basement and finds like the shed of the wig, like under the table. And I wrote down, I'm
Hmm.
like, holy shit, the parents actually do go into the basement.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
um yeah, I literally, if he had a girl sleeping in this house, we'd know about it. I wrote down the
I think
laugh
also
my ass
that
off.
I think that might have been last episode because the kids were already in the room in the downstairs basement. Like the mom wouldn't have had time to go down there, so that must have been last episode.
No, it was right when Brenner knocks on the door. She goes down into the
Oh,
basement.
it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe not then.
She goes down into the basement and
Anyways.
she's looking around and then she finds like the fort that was built under the table. And she
Hmm.
sees there's like some loose
The
hairs from the
hair.
wig that Elle was wearing. She picks it up
Hmm.
and that's when there's the knock on the door and she looks and
Oh,
goes
okay. It
upstairs.
was when he knocked. I just didn't put in my notes because
Yeah.
it was such a short scene. Um,
But it caught
yeah,
me because like it's the first time the parents like actually went into the basement in this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved Dad Wheeler's line, "Oh my god, is she Russian?" Like he's like totally like he's just so funny. And yeah, Brenner tells them Mike might be in danger and they want to help him. And I'm like, sure, Jan, which I forget if it was in this scene or I think it's later on when Daddy Wheeler is like, oh, it's the government. Like they wouldn't lie to us. They wouldn't scare
Yeah,
us away.
it's when they're leaving because they're
Mhm.
taking stuff out, like they're taking stuff out and putting it in the car and there's a shot where he's walking out and the dude has a box and there's a board game in it called Dungeon. I have that board game.
Mhm.
Not that
Of
version,
course
but
you do.
a more recent release of that board game. Um
Mhm.
and yeah, he's like it's essentially like it's the government, sweetie. They're here to protect us. I'm like, the fuck they are, dude.
Exactly. Um yeah, and so then kids start to talk about the lab in the car yard, and then all of a sudden this helicopter comes and the kids go and hide in the bus. Um Jonathan and Nancy show Demogorgon pics to Joyce and Hopper. And, they all start to put all the pieces together. And then Mouth Breather's Karen mom shows up to the police station and starts complaining and talks about Elle's powers. And Hopper's like, oh, shit. Like, okay, same kid. And then we get a quick scene where Steve tells his friends that they're assholes, which is great. I was waiting for this to happen. I was like, I knew this happens at the end of the season with Steve, but I feel like this is very late in the season. But I guess, yeah, it's been a minute since I've watched the first season at least. But yeah, we get that character development finally. Did you have any thoughts on that?
Fuck Steve.
Still?
I still don't give a shit. No, I still don't give a shit.
Really?
Wow. Like, too little, too late, dude. Like, you should have spoke up. Like,
what about him, like, beating the shit out of the Demogorgon later on?
Still fuck him. I don't care. He's a worthless character, in my opinion. I do not give a shit about Steve. I don't see a point to him. I don't like him. I have no, like...
In season 2, he'll turn on you. Hopefully.
He'll turn on me?
We'll see. No, not turn
on me. My opinion will change. I don't know.
Come around
we'll see.
To him.
He's freaking worthless as far as I'm concerned thus far. I don't care about Steve.
Anyways, Nancy, Joyce, Jonathan, and Hopper see lab people at Wheeler's, and so they go to the Byers to get radio to find the kids. And meanwhile, the kids are still on the bus, and they get radioed by Nancy, which they don't believe for a second. They're like, it's a trap. She's been, yeah, exactly. She's been taken in by the lab people or something like that. And then Hopper goes on, and they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, if Hopper is on there,
at
quick
least
scene
I'm not alone."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I found that is the past tense. Haha. So we'll see. Steve, and then he helps clean up the sign. Wheeler parents discuss what's going on, which, yeah, I think that's when the dad is like, we should trust them. They're the government. And everyone's like, no, no. And Dustin still thinks it's a trap. And as they're waiting for them, and I love Mike's line to Dustin because Dustin keeps talking about Lando, and he's like, will you shut up about Lando?
Yeah.
So funny. The lab people show up at the bus, and then just as they're about to get found, Zaddy Hopper comes to the rescue and punches them out and saves the day. Yeah, and then kids go to Byers and explain the upside down to the other four and the gate. So everyone is finally coming together at the end of the season after we've had all these different storylines, which, not to give anything away, but the next few seasons might have similar kind of plot line structure thing. Not all of them, but particularly thinking of this last season, season 4, it's definitely like that too. Yeah, so Elle tries to talk to Will through the radio, but she can't get through, and then she's like, I need to take a bath, and they're like, what? Not that kind of bath, a sensory deprivation tank bath. And so that's when Dustin calls Mr. Clark, who is on a hot date. And what were they watching? Was it The Thing, or was it, I don't know what it was.
I want to say it was Alien.
Watched The Thing,
but I might
Alien.
Be wrong.
Yeah, which I don't remember that scene at all. But yeah, Dustin's calling him at like 10 o'clock on a Saturday. And he's like, Dustin, the fuck's going on here? This is a weekend. But then he ends up talking to him anyways, because Dustin like guilts him into it. So pretty much tells him how to go ahead.
Why are you closing the door on knowledge or something to that effect?
Yeah. Like, you told us. Yeah, it was The Thing. Okay.
Yeah. I went back and I'm looking at it now. It was not alien. It was a thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so he asks him how to make the tank. And so they end up getting a bunch of salt at school and set up the pool and the gym for Elle. And while they're doing that, Nancy breaks into a supply room, which Mike is very impressed by. Mm-hmm. And Mike asks Nancy if she likes Jonathan, and she's like, no. And then she immediately goes to him and is like, well, do you like 11? He's like, ew, no. And then they're like, let's not lie to each other. I'm like,
it was
y'all
before
just lie
that.
to each other.
It was before that. They talked because
I wrote,
yeah,
funny.
They're like, because Nancy's like, no more secrets between us. Like, we need to tell each other everything, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, so do you like Jonathan now? And she's like, no, it's not like that. And then she's like, do you like 11? And he's like, ew, no, gross. And I wrote down, sure, no secrets. Uh-huh.
Sure, Jan. And so then, let's see, Joyce, his date kind of steamed into how willing he was to help the kid. Teach is still going to be playing that night. Probably. She was hot too, so go Mr. Clark. Joyce thanks Elle for what she was doing for Will. It is just like such a sweet these scenes between Joyce and Elle, both that moment and then while Elle is in the tub and her just like comforting her. That was like really, really sweet to see.
Which is probably something a whole new thing for Elle, because I don't think she's had any like mother figures in her life growing up in a fucking government test facility.
Because they took her away from her mom, and her mom thinks, or I mean, her mom does think she's alive, but everyone else thinks that her mom had a miscarriage in the 3rd trimester, which is crazy. So Elle goes into the Upside Down. She finds Barb, who is big dead.
Poor Barb.
Justice for Barb. # Justice for Barb. And she sees Castle Byers and finds Will. And that was very exciting. Tells him his mom is coming for him. And then all of a sudden, Will and the castle disappear and Elle wakes up. And so then that's when Joyce and Hopper decide to go to the lab to find Will. And then Nancy and Jonathan, I just shortened it to John, are talking about, like, Nancy's like, I want to kill that fucker. And so they figure out, or they decide that they want to also leave and get the Demogorgon, which they don't tell the kids. Like, Joyce and Hopper tell the kids, but Nancy and Jonathan don't tell the kids, and so the kids are just waiting there. Which comes into next episode.
Fuck off and leave them.
Kayla. Yeah,
like just gone, just left.
Yeah, just gone. But yeah, Joyce and Hopper show up at the lab, and we end on a scene where we see Will in the Upside Down, and he hears and sees the Demogorgon, and then all of a sudden it's like Castle Byers is slashed away. Dun dun dun.
And
on
credits,
a cliffhanger.
The credits are just like Demogorgon noises. Which in the first episode I was like, oh, it's the liquor from Resident Evil. Like, it makes the same sounds as the liquor. It was just in like that one scene when it does the elevator stuff, when it like takes that guy up in the elevator. It sounds different. It sounds like there's an animal that makes a similar noise to that, or they used something. There's something that makes that kind of sound.
Yeah.
It kind of makes
they almost.
It doesn't have any eyes, so I'm assuming it like hunts with echolocation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that kind of sound is.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, which I love redheads, so it is a tragedy.
Yeah, it is somewhat similar to
Velociraptors.
the raptors from Jurassic Park World.
It is. It
Land.
is similar. Land. Thing. Place.
I mean, that's
All
the
right.
only one they haven't covered yet, right? They have Jurassic Park,
Land.
they have Jurassic World. Now they need to
World.
do Jurassic Land.
I guess so. And so on to episode 8 then. The finale of season 1.
Yes.
Which, yeah. So we start with Joyce in the lab in the interrogation room because of course they've been caught. And Brenner is pleading with her to help her son and other kids, aka, you know, manipulating her already. Meanwhile,
yeah, I
Hopper
wrote down,
is
don't
getting
believe
his
him, Joyce.
ass. Yeah. Meanwhile, Hopper is getting his ass tased.
Yeah.
Which is just so funny. The two very different interrogations they're having. Yeah, and it's great because Zaddy Hopper is like, "Oh, I know everything," and they're like, "Tell us what you know," and he's like, "I literally just told you, I know everything, you fucks." And then the kids finally realize that everyone's gone. Took them long enough.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Nancy and Jonathan are setting up the buyer's house with the traps and everything. They make the iconic nail hammer. Love that thing. May come back again in other seasons. Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
No, I just...
Oh. I think it's hard to tell with the mask.
Hammer? Nail hammer? Wasn't it a baseball bat?
Oh, not hammer. Bat.
Okay, that's why I was confused. I'm like, a hammer.
I think because he was hammering the nails into the bat. Yes.
It made me think of the whole time I was thinking of Negan in that bat, but that's barbed wire, isn't it? Yeah.
It is barbed wire, which is funny because when I looked up that for the meme, the Negan's bat came up and I was like, no, wrong show. God damn it. That's barbed wire. Get it right. Justice for Barb. Hopper says that if they leave everyone alone, he'll say where Elle is. And pretty much he like makes this deal with the lab people, essentially saying like, hey, I won't, say that you guys are involved in this if you let us go. But they end up letting them go in the Upside Down. Hold on, I'm just switching off my Wi-Fi, so you might lose me. Hopefully not. Maybe. So.
You're still here.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'll wait until it comes back.
I was...
Okay. Can you hear me?
Saying you never left.
Okay, good.
You never left.
That's good.
I was like, I don't think they're gonna take Hop's ultimatum, but apparently they fucking did. I was like, what?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, they go into the Upside Down. Then there's this throwback memory to Hopper's daughter. He's playing with her, and then she starts like hyperventilating / getting scared. It was kind of hard to tell what was going on, but I mean, I don't think the kid or them knew what was going on anyway, so they did a great job of conveying that. Mm-hmm. And then we get back to Nancy and Jonathan. They cut their hands to draw out the demo. And meanwhile, the kids are trying to figure out what to do. Dustin tries to find the chocolate pudding to recharge Elle, which he is very focused on that chocolate pudding, I will say.
Yeah, it looks like Phyllis sucks.
Yeah. And then Nancy and Jonathan have this like intimate moment, which once again is cock blocked, but this time by good old Steve. Steve shows up and he apologizes and he's like, wait, what's going on here? And they're like, Steve, get the fuck out of here. And of course he doesn't listen. The lights start going crazy. The fucking Demogorgon comes in through the fucking ceiling, which crazy tits. And so they run and they hide in Will's room, but then all of a sudden they don't hear the Demogorgon anymore. And so they go back out. And then we get another throwback to
before you go on.
Sorry.
I was like, I wrote like it left. Was it too smart for them, or did Hopper and Joyce do something that like called it back to the Upside Down? And also, when Hopper and Joyce went into like the rift, like I'm pretty sure the rift is getting bigger, like it's growing, versus how it looked the first time we saw it a couple episodes ago. It's getting bigger, folks. That's all.
That's what they said. Yeah, so we get this throwback to Hopper reading to his daughter in the hospital and then him crying in the stairwell, which is so heartbreaking. And also I was just like, oh, this is a little much right now.
Poor Hopper and poor Sarah, like
Mhm.
probably poor Sarah more than poor Hopper because fucking kid.
Yeah, the upside down vagine portal. Yes, exactly. Grower, not a shower. And then Brick walks in.
Yeah. What a time. What a conversation to walk in on.
Oh, it's a show. Oh, it's a shower, all right. Yeah. And Steve is like, this is crazy. And Nancy tells him to leave again. And he actually does leave. And then the lights start flickering. Demogorgon pins down Jonathan. Nancy shoots it, but of course nothing's happening. And then Steve comes in to save the day and fucking knocks that Demogorgon into the trap, which is then lit on fire.
Mm-hmm.
But then, we found out he's not quite dead. He just kind of disappears, which I was like, wait, how is that fire just... Like, how did it just go out? Like, wouldn't it, like, burn down the whole
That's
house?
what I wrote, like, earlier. I'm like, so your plan is to burn your house down? Like, they're just going to burn the whole fucking house down to get the Demogorgon?
Like, clearly there's some weird, not magic, but, like, otherworldly shit going on here. So I don't know with the Demogorgon disappearing back to the Upside Down, that changing things.
So there's... It's not... I don't think it's happening here. There's a thing in the Dresden Files when a creature from the Never Never...
nice hair.
When a creature from the Never Never comes through and is destroyed, like ectoplasm is left. So maybe there's a similar thing with the Upside Down, like the transition between realms leaves like that, because we saw that mucus-like substance in the portal too when Nancy crawled through the tree. Like she was covered in a slime. So maybe there's some kind of slime that's left behind when you transition from one realm to the other, and that smothered the fire.
Could be.
I'm just making shit up right now, but maybe.
Yeah. And we love slime. Could be. Who knows? Yeah, the portal was really excited. Yes. Lube is your friend. Don't shame anyone if they want or need lube. It is your best friend. Anyways. Then shortly after they notice like lights flickering, which ends up being Joyce and Hopper in the Upside Down. And yeah, so Joyce and Hopper see that the Demogorgon's been hurt and then follow that trail of blood. And Jonathan at the same time realizes that it's his mom in the Upside Down. Oh, slime it up, baby. Which that was like a very emotional scene of them connecting really quickly. Dustin finds pudding. Guys, he found the chocolate pudding. It was a big deal.
He was right.
He knew the fucking cafeteria lady was hoarding it.
Lunch lady Phyllis.
Yeah.
She sucks.
Bitch.
Fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her. And then we get Mike and Elle talking about how she won't have to hide when his family will take care of her. And they kissed.
Yeah.
They finally kissed.
I think Mike is a little naive there, but okay.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Like, yeah. Anyways. I won't spoil anything. No. I won't spoil anything. And then the lab people show up at school and they run away, and while they're running away from them, they get stuck. They get trapped on both sides by the lab people, and then Elle just explodes all their brains. Like 6 people or something like that. Brains gone. Yeah.
Yep.
They had blood coming out of everywhere, not just their nose, everything. Yeah.
Yes.
It was
And there was a
pretty
popping
epic.
sound.
Yeah, the
like their
popping.
heads did not explode, but I'm pretty sure their brains went like a grape.
Yeah. Yeah. They pop locked and dropped it in not a good way. um anyways. Let's see. Elle faints and she can't wake up, and Brenner and co capture the kids. And just as that's happening, because all the brains were popped, the Demogorgon shows up, which I think it must have been happening around the same time. I don't know when it was happening, but he shows up because, can't resist all that blood. And Joyce and Hopper find Barb and then Will. They pull this gross snake thing out of poor Will. Ugh. And kids carry Elle to the room, and the Demogorgon shows up, and they start wrist rocketing it.
Yeah. Well, it ain't.
Which I was like, at least get like I don't know. That is like the stupidest weapon. You think that's really going to help you? Like, I know you're limited because you're kids. Yes, it's a slingshot, but they were also calling it a wrist rocket because I have to call it a wrist rocket. But like you really,
rocket.
Yeah. I was like, you really think that's going to help you? But yeah, so they end up shooting rocks at it, and of course there's the great moment of Lucas hitting it, and he thinks that he's thrown it back, but it's really Elle that's thrown it back.
Yeah.
And she ends up killing the Demogorgon, but then she also disappears. She gets kind of snapped.
Yes.
Which you put in your meme.
Yeah. I wrote down, I'm like, 11, no. But also, after she explodes her brains, I'm pretty sure it looked like the Demogorgon ate Brenner. Like, and is there more than one? If I feel like
say anything.
There's something, I feel like there's multiple Demogorgons.
Maybe.
You do fucking know, you're just not going to say. Which is fine. These are just the questions, I think. I feel like there's more than one Demogorgon.
And this is right, because it went around his wrist. Because I think a slingshot is just held in your hand. But this, I just like saying wrist rocket, okay? Sue me.
Like I said before, my brother had one of those. I've used one of them.
Yeah. Then we get this really... So then,
Oh, so I have a question.
Elle disappears. Yes. Go ahead.
Where the fuck are Dustin and Lucas's parents? Just not...
You'll see them.
Not at all important to this season?
Not at all important to this season. They will show up in other seasons, though. Okay. I guarantee it. I'm like the dude of Men's Warehouse. I guarantee it. Elle disappears. Joyce and Hopper revive Will, which we get this flashbacks at the same time of when Hopper's daughter dies, and it is fucking tragic. So sad, but Will's alive. And then he wakes up in the hospital. Kids go to see him, and Mike tells him, or Will tells them that the Demogorgon got them, and they're like, we know. But I think he meant it in a different way, as we'll see. And then we get this very quick scene of the dudes from the lab grabbing Hopper in their car. Did you catch that?
Wait, say what's that?
The dudes grabbed Hopper in the car. Or they pulled up next to him and he got in the car with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I forgot about that. And then I was like, wait, why? I can't remember the reason or the outcome to that. And even if it was addressed later or not, I don't know.
All right,
and then we get one more.
I think that is them following up on the arrangement that he made with them. Whatever I forget exactly what his...
Yeah.
He was saying they
didn't grab him. They just opened the door.
Yeah, he was gonna give Elle back to them, right? But then she got dusted with the Demogorgon, so he couldn't exactly give her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were following up on that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, we'll see when we start watching season 2. So then we get 1 month later. The kids are
Yeah, I was
playing
like,
D&D.
1 month?
Yeah. So it's Christmas time. The kids are playing D&D, and this time he used the fireball. And Jonathan comes and picks up Will, and as he's leaving, Nancy... Yes?
Hang on a second. I have
Okay.
a gripe here.
Are you going to D&D explain?
Yes. A campaign is not 10 hours. 10 hours is like a module or a long session.
That's
a
probably
campaign,
when, like, the fuck, Mike?
A campaign is multiple modules strung together, multiple adventures. Campaigns can take, I mean, and there's not a like written in stone thing for this. I guess you could do a 10-hour campaign, but it'd be like little mini adventures, and I don't think it would really count. Yeah, thanks, Quip. Campaigns are usually, in my experience, campaigns are like months of 10 to 20 different adventures strung together. I don't know.
Well,
this is a fair point.
I will say
Chris Plastic is probably correct here, but
also they're kids.
it's still a really 10 hours is a very short campaign.
Yeah, exactly. They're like 12. Come on.
Oh. I'm just saying.
Okay. Anywho, so as Will and Jonathan are leaving, Nancy gives Jonathan a new camera, and that was really sweet. And then we have this moment of Nancy and Steve on the couch together, and Steve's like, "Did you give him?" Okay, calm down.
Maybe
Keep
I
your
just
thoughts to
ship
yourself.
Nancy and Jonathan, and that's why I hate Steve. Because they went through this traumatic experience together.
No one spoil. I'm watching you. I will mute you. Hopper picks up food at the holiday party, like literally goes and picks up food and leaves, and then he, you know, puts it in a little bin for Elle to hopefully come and pick up at some point.
Apparently, even though she...
yeah. Well, we'll see about that. And then we're at the Byers. Jonathan is taking all these pictures of dinner because, you know, gotta show that he just got this camera, which, I mean, that checks out. I
mean,
I'm okay. I am okay. This is makeup. It's actually, if I do my other camera, I look even worse. So I was like, I don't want to completely scare people. Wait, where did it go? Oh, this is making me not reach. And then Will is like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom to wash my hands. And while he's in the bathroom, he throws up a weird Demogorgon slug.
Yeah, regurgitating snails is probably not great. And Joyce was like, he's washing his hands. Like, she was so proud of him.
Yeah, she was so proud.
He was just going to Ralph up a otherworldly snail, which I like. After all the bullshit you've been through, and everybody knows, like, this isn't like nobody believes that all this stuff is real. Like, dude, maybe you should be like, hey, Mom, I just coughed up something and it went down the drain. It's probably in the U-trap. Go get it. Go undo the trap under the sink and get that thing and take it to get it studied. It's probably not great.
Thanos. Wait. No, it's not normal.
Go get checked.
Yeah, I think it might have been he didn't want to be treated any weirder. And like, dude, kid just went through a lot, and I'm sure is still scared.
Oh, and not only that, he flashes to like seeing me upside down in the bathroom, and then just goes back to
that was my next note, but thank you.
Oh, sorry. Just goes back to Christmas dinner like, oh, it's fucking fine. Nothing bad could possibly come of this.
Yeah.
He's a kid. Exactly. I get it. It's a kid, but non-communication from characters just bothers me.
Oh, trust me. Non-communication with people in real life bothers me.
Well, yes, that's part of it too. Like poor communication skills are.
Yeah, exactly. Even
Super
before the
frustrating.
Upside Down, he was a weirdo. Kids bullied him. Yeah, he's been through a lot. Once again, no spoilers, but yes,
it's like it, and probably because like, you know, kids are fucking awful.
Kids are the worst.
Even your
Absolute
kids.
worst.
If you don't think your kids are awful, I've got news for you. They're probably fucking awful.
You
just don't
realize. Even though I was
it.
a good kid, I was still a shit and still am a shit. So
but like Will doesn't seem like we don't really see him being awkward and weird. We're told that this I don't know. That's a tough decision, Brick. Brick doesn't, or yeah, Brick. Will doesn't come off to us, the viewer, as weird. I don't think we're not shown that he's like all that strange, and maybe that's the point. Like he's not actually that fucking weird. But kids are awful. Not. Kids suck.
Kids are shit.
Yes.
Kids especially in the 80s. I mean, they still are, but I feel like things have slowly gotten better. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
It's in the drawer. I don't want to open it. My phaser's in the drawer. So, yeah. Anyway, Will doesn't seem like he's that off. But what the fuck do I know?
My kid is offended.
Well,
Brick, are your kids watching right now?
In like, depending on how old your kids are, in like 8 to 10 years, they won't suck anymore, and that'll be good. But from like,
I'm not gonna say what I was just thinking.
Not that they won't be awful anymore in like 8 to 10 years. Once they hit like 16, they're cool.
Maybe 18.
Maybe.
Boys is different. Girls, it's like 18. Boys, it's like 35. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, you're probably not wrong.
Yeah.
What do you tell them all the time? That they're awful? You should.
Oh. Parenting advice from Johnny, who doesn't have kids.
No, there's a reason. Clearly, there's a reason for that. I love my nieces. I have 8 nieces who are phenomenal. Well, 7 nieces who are phenomenal, and they're even better because I could give them back.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the dogs I take care of. I can give them back. Anyways, we got through that a little bit. Yeah, at 3. A little bit faster than usual. We have our special guest waiting in the background. Tony, are you ready to come on?
I don't know if you saw this. Did you
give a thumbs up if you're ready? Okay. I teach teenagers. You are wrong, sir. Yeah, it's like 18. All right. Without any further ado, we're bringing on the one, the only, Tony Taylor Toys of Fantazm Toys.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
You guys look awesome.
You
guys look great. I should have wore something. It's just my normal work clothes.
Just your everyday.
It's my everyday
attire, just hanging out
with the proton pack in the background.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got to be ready, right? That call
all the time.
Come at
Always
any
ready.
Time.
Always ready.
Yes, always ready, all the time. So quick reminder: we'll be choosing our giveaway winner in a little bit. We're going to talk about Stranger Things a little bit more with Tony, and then we'll get to that. We have to do our That's What They Said with Tony, so you got to stick around for that at least. So yeah, make sure to enter. You have 8 minutes left. It is on our Instagram at GTFO channel. This is my HasLab plug. Yeah, we'll be quickly talking about the HasLab too, because it just funded today, and that was very exciting. So yeah, let's talk about Stranger Things for a bit. Hopefully us talking about 7 and 8 jogged your brain a little bit as to what happened in season 1.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since it first came out, so it's been a while.
Yeah, in 2016, which is crazy because it does not
Quite a
feel like it
year.
was that long ago. Oh God, yeah, quite a year. Indeed. Indeed. Good one, Brooke. Good one.
Always ready.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember, so did you watch it when it literally came out, or was it like a little while later? Because I think as soon as it came out, there was a lot of hype around it from what I'm remembering.
I think I remember watching it right when it came out. I think I got hooked like immediately just from the
Yeah.
opening theme song and everything. I think the
Oh,
vibes
we
were.
have a pussy.
Now,
There is a
now,
pussy.
Now it's a party.
My super villain evolution is complete.
The pussy is out. Yeah, I mean, what did you think of it at the time before seeing the rest of these seasons?
I loved it. I was in. I loved
Mhm.
the Amblin vibes. I loved the serious horror, all the 80s nods. It was like just a really good series, and I was excited to see where they were going to take it after season 1. So yeah, I was in. I was hooked.
Yeah. Because I mean, clearly it ends on a cliffhanger. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm curious, kind of bounce around a little bit, but Johnny, what do you have any predictions for season 2 at all? What's gonna
Yeah, I
happen?
want to hear your
I mean,
predictions.
clearly there's like an obvious one about 11.
Yeah, well, yeah, they gotta figure out where she is.
Like she comes back. Like
yeah, like
yeah.
she obviously comes back. I gotta figure out. I'm curious how much of the season is going to revolve around her return, like finding where she is, what she's doing, clues that hey, she's still alive, she still exists. I want to know how much Ego paid for the sponsorship in that first season.
I don't know. That is a good question.
I'm curious to see because I know like later seasons they do
props.
They do there was a lot of talk about the Mind Flayer and then Vecna in the last season. I don't recall much talk about monsters besides the Demogorgon. So I'm wondering if that's just more Demogorgons in season 2 or if there's another monster that just didn't get talked about as much.
Okay. I won't say anything.
Yeah, well, obviously don't. That's the point.
Do you know about any special guests in season 2?
I can't say that I do.
Okay. I'll save that as a surprise.
Well, you do have a
It's
spoiler
someone
sitting behind you. Isn't that season 2 spoilers behind you? The boys dress up as.
I mean, that was
my water bottle.
Yeah, I remember the I saw like the trailer or the ad that showed them in their Ghostbuster costume, so I know that is
Let's just say it's someone I would be excited to see. You know my favorite fandom, Johnny. That is all. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm wondering how much of the season is going to revolve around finding 11.
We're gonna keep watching. Don't
worry. And whatever, there's got to be fallout between the deal that Hopper made with the government. Yeah, those are the only things I'm really worried about. I don't give a shit about Steve and Nancy. Barb's dead, so why do we really have any reason to keep watching? I mean, really.
Exactly, Allison. Perfect timing. Justice for Barb. As always. But yeah, anyways. So then let's talk about, talking about character growth and Steve and Nancy, they both definitely, they did grow a lot this season. I cannot think of another way to say that.
They did what?
Grow a lot.
Oh.
Had character growth and development.
They do start as people like you think are gonna kind of be like more side characters you don't really care about, kind of hate, and then they evolve into people that you're like really rooting for, and they become the heroes almost, pretty much.
Yeah, Nancy, I mean, really comes out of her shell and becomes a badass, and I think proves Jonathan wrong that she's not going to be just like all the rest. I forgot about how quickly that happened in the first season. Which, I mean, looking back at it now, I guess that makes sense. But Steve, I forgot that it was very late in the season when he finally turns around, and a lot of it is in season 2. So you'll just have to see, Johnny.
Mhm.
Might change your mind next season. And then I think Lucas and Lucas and Mike,
Maybe.
for sure, had a lot of growth as well. I mean, Dustin is just like, yeah, he's fine. He's great how he is. Like, he doesn't need to be a better person. He was always kind of like the middleman to everyone already, which was great. But yeah, I think Lucas and Mike both, were able to come around. Mike through his like friendship with Elle, and then Lucas with, not communicating what he thought with Mike, and then them having the big fight and everything about Elle, and then them making up and being friends again. So that was really nice to see. I don't know, was there anyone else in particular that stood out to you this season, Johnny?
What'd you think
No.
of Finn? What'd you think of Finn in this? Since he blew up because of this, what'd you think of him with your first impression?
He's Will, right?
No, Mike.
No, yeah,
Or Mike. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. I said the wrong name. I meant Mike.
Same.
I don't know. He was fine. Like, I didn't think there was anything especially noteworthy about
Yeah.
his
Well, both him
performance in
and
particular.
Millie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, Millie
hers
crushed it.
Hers was more noteworthy to me. And
Mhm.
Dustin was fantastic. Like, he's
Yeah.
probably my favorite
We
of
love
the
Dustin.
kids. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot particular to say about Finn as Mike.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean, we'll
really
see
disagree.
more. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, yeah, both Finn and then Will kind of blew up in a way. But Millie definitely did a lot. And so did Hopper too, which,
Yeah.
Daddy
Yeah.
Hopper. Great to see that. I was happy to see that. I mean, Winona Ryder has already been Winona Ryder, so didn't
Yeah.
need anything more from her.
Well, this was kind of wasn't this kind of like a career renaissance for her? Like, she was
Mm-hmm.
on the downswing until she was into
That's
this.
true. Yeah,
This was
that's
kind
right.
of like a resurgence for her. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dustin
she was
and
good.
Lucas are great.
Everybody was good in it. Like,
Hmm.
I can't think of
Yeah.
anybody like who
And
wasn't.
it's crazy because they had such a smaller budget the first season and they did so much with it. But I mean, you could also tell that too because they didn't show the Dermagorgon as much. So you could tell that, but they still did a great job in, building the suspense and the horror and the gore. Like, I think it's just such a good balance of everything. I think even if they didn't do other seasons, it would have been great staying on its own. Obviously there was a bit of a cliffhanger, so maybe if they took those things off, but I think it would have been great on its own as well. I don't know who she is in Star Trek. I am not there yet, Brick.
I'm trying
We'll
to
get there eventually.
remember.
Dermagorgon.
It's
Yes, go ahead.
it's Star Trek 2009. She was, you don't remember because she was not in it very much. She was Spock's mom in Abrams' Star Trek.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God. I think I remember seeing her and then freaking out and then obviously forgetting. Clearly.
Yeah, I don't remember that
So-
either.
My
Yeah.
cat is the real villain. He just dropped a biological weapon in my lap.
Are you serious?
It deployed a gaseous biological weapon, not a
Oh, I was like, did he poop in your lap?
I think he tried to. It was a dud.
Oh. Good one.
But still, yeah.
I mean, did you have breathe? Breathe.
Well, no, that's
Breathe through your
not-
mouth. Breathe through your mouth.
Yeah.
No, fan it out. Fan it out. You're good. Did you have a favorite character from the first season, Tony?
Oh, Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin for sure. Yeah, he was definitely the standout.
Yeah.
And then continues to grow actually and become more of my favorite.
Yeah. He's I just want to like hug him and pinch his cheeks and just
Mhm.
I want him to be my I'm an only child, so yeah, I would want him to be my younger brother. I feel like he would be a great younger brother and not an annoying one like some of these others. You're lucky his Death Star was not fully operational.
I feel like
yeah, and
I feel
there's
like neither Mike nor Lucas would be. They're both too like. They're too hot-headed, the two of them, because they fight with each other a lot. They don't really fight with anybody else, but Dustin in particular is more. Dustin and Will are both more subdued, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know if subdued is the right word for Dustin, but he goes on that little rant where he's like, I get it. They're your best friend because I was late to the party, so I'm not anybody's best friend. But yeah, I don't know. So he probably just goes along with everything to kind of like, because he feels like he has to because he's the newest one in the group, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, you'll see. They play up other characters as the seasons go on for sure. And some of the other siblings come into play. In particular, I love Lucas's sister. She is great.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
and she's a badass.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love Dustin. I love Nancy's growth this season for sure. Don't know how much I love her in the other seasons. I feel like 2 and 3 are very blurry to me, so it'll be interesting rewatching them. Yeah, and I love Sadie Hopper because Sadie. He's awesome. Okay. Should any other overall season 1 thoughts at all before we move on to that's what they said?
No, just what I said already. Like, I was surprised how deep into the horror it got from the first episode. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And it was the end of the second really that got, or the end of the second or third episode. Like the first episode is like, okay, this is interesting. And the second and third is where I got really hooked and had to keep going and watch all of it.
Yeah. Which, he kind of went ahead and just watched everything instead of doing it weekly, but it's okay. We forgive him.
I misunderstood the assignment. I didn't realize that we weren't supposed to watch ahead.
It's fine. It's okay. You are forgiven. All right. Do you have any other thoughts, Tony, about season 1 in general?
I remember feeling the same way, being like kind of surprised at the horror and like how actually kind of serious it was. I was kind of expecting it to be kind of goofy at first, but yeah, it really hooked me in within the first couple episodes.
Yeah, it really does. They did such a good job with it, and once again, they had a much lower budget than the rest of the seasons, and I think it was kind of like the perfect storm where you had like this great storyline. It was nostalgic, which, as we know in this community, people love their nostalgia. And all the little hints. Like there was He-Man in it, there was Star Wars in it, there's Ghostbusters in season 2. Like there's a bunch of stuff that people love to see in there, and great older actors too, and they did great with the budget of CGI that they had, although now it's like a little bit iffy. But did the best with what they had.
I see what you did there, Elder.
Stranger things have happened. Good one. Yeah, and yeah, it's crazy how much it just like blew up, and like all these kids just blew up, especially Millie Bobby Brown, for sure. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, malls. Just wait for the mall stuff, Johnny. Just wait. Which, I mean, I was born in the 90s, but like I still love that stuff. Like I clearly love Ghostbusters. I consider myself somewhat of an old soul. So, and I love Star Wars and all that stuff. So I appreciated all those nods too. Anyways, shall we do the That's What They Said?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay. Should we let's do this. Let's start with Tony, and then Johnny, you'll go, then me. Okay. You ready, Tony? Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I got it pulled up. What do I do?
And this is
all of season 1.
all of season 1. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Get it.
Which they're kind of not in order. They're kind of all over the place. So just FYI. But you just read it. You can read it in any kind of voice you would like to read the line in. We're just gonna go one at a time. So you'll start with Something's Coming.
You
Spoiler
blew
alert
it.
to y'all.
You gave it away.
Yeah.
All right. Something's coming.
Yes, sir.
It came.
One at a time.
I got off early.
You feel that?
Bite me.
It's like 10 times bigger than Dustin's.
You can try. You can try it if you want.
I didn't get him up yet.
Jonathan, you have to make sure he's up.
I did not pre-read these.
You're fine. Do it, freak.
It was a one-time, two-time thing.
Let's do something tonight.
I'm going to get right on that.
I came as soon as I could.
Coming.
Just stay down there. Or stay down here. Sorry.
That's better.
I know how hard this is.
Take them off.
I want to help.
Oh, yours.
Pull it back.
It's important we come together.
I need you to relax, okay?
In and out. In and out. In and out.
Oh, this is fun. Is that too tight?
He'll come when he's ready.
Another, please.
Enlarging.
They're just here to watch.
Why don't you give me a try?
We're almost there.
Did you give it to him?
How long are you going to keep those up?
And last but not least, Sweetie, swallow.
Yay!
Yay!
That's what they said for season 1 of Stranger Things.
Thanks for joining in with us. It's always fun doing it with other people. That's also what they said. Because we always do it for our Trek Retrek every week, so it's fun when we include others. Okay,
The more the merrier.
quick. We're gonna do real quick, we're going to show off our spoilers without context, and then we'll talk about Ghostbusters HasLab real quick, and then we'll talk about Phantasm Toys and do the giveaway.
Yeah.
So I know we said we'd end at 7, but if you still want to enter the giveaway, I will accept any entries. It is at GTFO channel on Instagram. Our giveaway post is also in the description of this, so you can click on that to enter. Anyways, memes.
Yes, spoilers without
context
for episodes 7 and 8. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I changed it so yours were first last time. So mine are first this time.
You can do whatever.
So we will bring mine up on the screen, and I have the bear trap for their monster hunting.
Nice.
I put the Blues Brothers. We're putting the band back together because they finally all got reunited and came back together this episode.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
I have the saltwater float tank because of the kiddie pool and everything. And then, of course, Lando Calrissian, because they said his name like 17 times in this episode. So those are my spoilers without context for episode 7. So we'll bring Kayla's up.
Yep. Clearly we had the same idea about Lando. Literally used the same picture.
It would have been.
It's crazy.
It would have been even funnier if it was in the same spot.
Yeah. Oh well.
But
it's fine.
It shifted on mine. Anyway. Oh wait. Yeah. Oh, yours. There you go.
There. The artichoke for Dustin Artichoke Church. Dear God, I can't talk. I kind of struggled with ones for both of these episodes.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Yeah. And I did the bus because they hide in the bus, and the bathtub because of the bathtub. Pretty self-explanatory.
Tear tub.
Yeah. I almost did the tear tub. I almost did it, but then I was like, the goo needs to. Where's the little guys? The goo needs to not be in it, or else people might get confused. Oh no, why did you make me big? There's a little rubber ducky, and the sponge is in there too. By Fantazm Toys. And my slime's back there. Ugh. Anyways, on to episode 8.
Yes, here are my spoilers without context for episode 8. The exploding head for Elle making all those people's heads explode. They didn't legitimately explode, but
essentially
this gives you the idea. I used Scarlet Witch being dusted instead of, because everybody uses Peter Parker getting dusted, and I wanted to be different, and it's Elle. So
it's only because Witch. I did Peter Parker before, okay?
And then Will is pretty sure that the gift under the tree is an Atari, so I had to do the old Atari 2600.
I almost did that one too.
And then a slug because of the Demogorgon slug that he Ralphs up at the end of the episode.
Off.
And here are Kayla's spoilers without context.
Yes, chocolate pudding because Dustin was obsessed with it. The infamous nail bat, not nail hammer.
Yeah, the hammer nailer.
Hammer nailer. And then I've used this one before, but the office Christmas party because Hopper goes into the Christmas party. I was really struggling to think of things for this episode. And then I had to do when poor Ron throws up slugs forever in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets because I love Harry Potter.
That's a good one.
Had to put thank you very much.
Okay.
That is it for our spoilers without context. Hope y'all enjoyed those. So Hasbro did another Ghostbusters HasLab. And it already funded in like less than 3 days, which is amazing. Tony, you are obviously kind of an expert in Ghostbusters. Did you pretty much figure that this is what it was going to be?
I had
the tease.
Yeah, but some of the sound effects and stuff, but I was still expecting possibly something bigger. And then
The slime blower, maybe.
yeah, maybe I was starting to buy into all that, all the teasers
Yeah.
and the other things that were shown kind of after that. But I mean, I
Mhm.
love them. They're great. They look amazing. The
Mhm.
functionality's great. I just kind of wish that, or kind of feel that it didn't need to be a HasLab. I mean, obviously it funded in like
Yeah.
less than 3 days, like you said. Like they could have just
Mhm.
been regular releases and then done something bigger with the HasLab maybe. But I love them. I'm gonna back it. I haven't backed it yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
Get my
Same. I'm going to back it yet. It's going to be my first HasLab slash crowdfund I'm backing.
nice.
I think if I'm not already a toy collector, I think that might solidify it now. I don't know. I was talking to Johnny about this because yeah, I'm very new to toy collecting. Only been doing it for almost 2 years now. I've gotten stuff from cons over the years, just like random stuff here and there from fandoms that I like, but actually learning about toys and whatnot, I would say for just about almost 2 years. But I was talking to Johnny, I was like, there's these certain things you don't have to do them to be considered a toy collector, but I feel like there's kind of just like milestones you hit. So it's like backing a HasLab, pre-ordering something twice by accident
Yes.
and showing up,
Yep.
like stuff like that. And we definitely want to do some kind of episode. I think that'd be fun to talk about. What
That reminds
you
me,
back
I
something
have a
twice?
pre-order I need to cancel at some point.
Mine wasn't so much pre-ordering things twice. I'd pre-order it. It takes so long to get it, and then I would find it in the store. But oh, I want this, buy it, and then like a week later, it shows up in the mail too. Like, oh,
I had
yeah,
that
that's right.
recently with Roddy Piper from
Mm.
the WWE Superstars line. I found the Roddy Piper in Walmart and was like, oh, and they canceled every other figure that was in that pre-order except the Roddy Piper, and it showed up at my door.
Wow. I've definitely done that with Walmart where I like have pre-ordered something and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try to get it in store for like a pickup, and then of course they canceled the pickup. So luckily I didn't cancel it quite yet, but came close to that happening as well. But anyways, so obviously you got the Proton pack. Did you just get one of them?
Yeah, I just ordered one pack.
Yeah.
I already had
Yeah.
I already had two that I like made
Yeah.
myself, so it was like kind of more of like
Oh,
mine's like
yeah.
a display piece. So yeah, but yeah, I
Yeah.
only got the one of those. But this I probably will be ordering for sure more than one because I
Okay.
have an Australian friend who can't get HasLabs. So
There you go.
so yeah, I'll at least be getting one for myself. Yeah, I
That's
love
nice
them
of
though.
you.
They're great.
This
Yeah.
this was sorely needed because last year I still have the Neutrino one, but I had the Matty Collector Ghost Trap and PKE meter
Yeah, I got
from way
those
back
too,
in the
yeah.
day.
Mhm.
And they've, for like a decade, they've just sat in the boxes in a closet. So I was like, it's time to sell these. And like, it was like, I think the trap went for like $1,000
Yeah.
and the PKE meter was like 800.
Jeez.
So
Mhm.
this is $300 for both of them is
Oh yeah,
insane.
it is insane.
It's a
Sorely
steal.
needed.
And
Well, I
not
mean,
only that, but you can't, like, if you tried to like build them, at least to get like as accurate as this, you're going to be spending twice this to try and build them yourself. And
Yeah.
they have all the functionality, and they're really accurate. They're
This is-
definitely a good thing to pick up.
This is one instance where it's like, I understand the sentiment, like you were saying, this maybe didn't necessarily need to be a HasLab,
Mhm.
but as a HasLab, they've got 43 days to let everybody you know who is a Ghostbusters fan know about this, and everyone can get one if they want.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about fighting with pre-orders and it selling out and then having to go
Yeah.
get one on eBay for
Mhm.
however much of a markup. Like, it's there. You can have it for $300. It's yours. Yeah, it's going to take 45 days before the campaign ends, and then probably a year before
Yeah,
we get it. But
Hey, Ghost Beacon, what's up?
but you don't have to worry about this selling out because it's right there. Go order.
Yeah.
Go
This
back.
is a good point. I have a feeling
I
it's just the
agree.
beginning.
Yeah, I agree. too.
I hope it's just the beginning too. And I'm
Mhm.
really sad I was not around when the Proton pack went on sale because now I have major FOMO.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have space for it anyways.
I
I
expect
live in Silicon Valley. My space is small.
I
So
expect
this
that
is perfect because these are small enough that I
Mhm.
can make it work.
I expect that
And
they're
I
going
think
to
that's
do
another plus for it too, because sorry, real quick, Johnny. It would be cool.
I kept trying to wait for pauses.
It would be cool to do the slime blower, but that thing would be even fucking bigger than a fucking proton
Oh
pack.
yeah,
So
twice the size.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the proton pack was what, like 400, right? Something
without a
like that.
wand.
Without
Which
a
is
wand, yeah.
They had
But you
some.
kind of need the wand.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, Johnny. Go ahead.
Yes, please,
Hey.
Johnny.
I expect that there is going to be another proton pack at some point because they were very specific about the last one is Spengler's proton pack. So they can, because HasLabs don't, except for Hero Quest, which was a very, I don't know if it's because it's
not
Avalon
bad.
Hill and it's a board game.
Not bad, Mike.
Hero Quest got a mass retail release after the HasLab campaign ended. Like you can go to Big Bad Toy Store or wherever your local game store and order Hero Quest right now. It didn't come with any of the like mythic tier stuff that they did with the HasLab, but the base offering is available. But I expect that they'll do like a Venkman or a Stan's proton pack to be
That would be
able to
nice.
redo it, and there'll be some cosmetic changes versus the Spengler's proton pack. But I think that's why they specifically did it as Spengler's, so they could potentially do another one in the future and just do it as a different characters.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's a good point. The newer one, shiny? Don't know. Question mark?
I think he's asking SPP
Oh.
Chris Plastic a question.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that the one from Spirit Halloween is pretty good.
It's not bad. I finally seen
yeah,
one
or
in
not
person
bad.
not that long ago. It's not bad
Yeah.
for full size. I bought one of the first releases, the smaller, like the 80% scale. It's cool for little kids, but
Oh. Oh my god, I see Stay Puffed.
Uh-oh.
I Stay Puffed.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
That's good because I was thinking that this was going to be
Wait,
some
Johnny,
kind of.
did you see that?
I did. It's a
Okay.
perfect segue.
See what?
I was thinking that this was going to be some kind of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man because they said in the
Yeah.
like teaser trailer, they're like, "This is big, really big. These are not big. Like it's a big deal." But like when you say this is big, really big, and then you feature someone in a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man costume through that teaser so much, I thought it was going to be some like giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
There's
figure
way
of
too
some
much
sort.
stuff in that video for that video just to be about the trap and PKE. There is that real blatant part where he's looking at the vintage ones and like nods at the camera. But other than that, and then I think there's a PKE meter sound and a trap sound like at the very end. But other than that, there's all kinds of other stuff. There's a lot of Pink Slime reference. The toaster is there a lot. There's a lot of Marshmallow Man references and stuff. So hopefully that's a teaser for more than just the HasLab. So, but I would love to see it. Nobody's really done a Stay Puffed.
I mean, didn't that company just?
Cool.
Yeah, the company just came out, but then the head looked like the mini.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
I still have.
I already forgot the name.
Stay Puft, but its problem was yellowing. Which,
yeah.
I love the little burnt guys. I wasn't able to get the proton pack, but some very nice.
Oh, you got the
white
nice.
Yeah, because I love the mini puffs. They're so cute, and it's burnt. And I like things that are just like different like that. Which perfect segue is why I love your toys. Because you do a lot of glow in the dark stuff, aka GIT that D. Like these little tiny
the turtles,
little turts. But I mean, I just love having things be like not the colors they're supposed to be. This was one you came out last year. Yeah.
Yeah. New York Comic Con one. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
I
a
was very
beauty.
excited to get her in the translucent book. But yeah, if you guys don't know about Phantasm Toys, they are a baby of Tony Taylor and Baducci Studios.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
if
one way to
real,
put it.
yeah,
Our
essentially.
baby.
It's your baby. If you want to real quick for people that don't know, actually I don't even know for sure, but like when you started making toys, when you guys, I know you just recently within the last couple years came together and made a baby together.
Yeah, you could say
But
that.
have been working together before that. But yeah, if you want to give people a quick little history of Phantasm Toys.
I started messing around and was 3D printing for a long time, and then I started. It was with Yes Have Some. I sent them a couple of things, and Craig really liked it and told me that I should
Mm-hmm.
maybe think about selling it. And I started selling a couple of things here and there, and then Brendan got a whiff of what I was doing, Baducci Studios, and
Mm-hmm.
he thought it was kind of cool and offered to help out and do some packaging art for me. And this has been, I don't know, maybe almost 3 years now. And it kind of started from there, and
Yeah.
it just things kind of kept growing and getting more popular. And then we officially combined forces and became Phantasm Toys. And
You cross streams.
yeah, we crossed our streams, and we've been. It's been great. We really complement each other
Yeah.
well, and even with him being on the other side of the planet in Australia, which actually
Yeah.
he's in the United States right now because of Phantasm, has brought him to the United States for the first time, and so it's been great. Yeah, we're getting along great,
That's
and
awesome.
got big plans for the future, and we're just getting started.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting. And like the thing is, like when we were just talking about Hasbro, like these big toy companies, they can produce a lot of shit, but I think there is just such a nice touch that like smaller toy companies, indie toy companies, whatever you want to call them, have to them. Like love you guys, love Plastic Geek. I have a couple of the
Mm-hmm.
Egons from them, and I just ordered stuff from Plastic Vomit Customs.
Yeah, support the little guys.
Yeah, support the little guys. Like and like it's nice to, I don't know, interact with you guys as well. Like there's representatives of those bigger companies, but it's nice to like meet the makers as well. And like clearly you love Ghostbusters, and clearly like
Yeah,
you put your heart and soul into this, and it shows. It very much shows.
and I've said this a couple of times, but it's like this is grown out of like selfish reasons. Like I wanted these things, so I learned how to make them and kind of do it, and then I find out, oh well, a lot of people a lot of other people want this stuff too, and I was kind of shocked to find out. It's still kind of a shock to me that people really want our stuff and like our stuff and buy our stuff, and I can see something that I've made in their collections, like everything behind
Yeah.
you right now. It still gets me.
Yeah, it's crazy. This Slimer. I mean, if
Slime
you guys
ball.
missed out
Yeah.
on Slime Ball.
Yeah, we got to be careful.
He's going through his hole. Yeah. Slime Ball, the balls, and the best booty around. Get a
Oh
load of
yeah.
that booty.
Oh yeah.
Bora, rockin' never wear. When I remember when you guys first showed the picture, I was like, no, that's not gonna be that's not gonna be his
It's
booty.
very
And this
accurate
is
to the film.
yeah,
He had a big
this is
old
the
booty.
smaller one. They have you guys did two sizes, and then you did the proto, or you had the really big one at
Yeah.
was it Toy Fair?
No,
Right?
we did a thing at Cincinnati Comic Con, like our first time. It was like
Okay.
it was like the first kind of convention that was close to us, that while he was in the States, we could like go and do something together and actually do a convention like as ourselves, and have our own booth and everything. So Cincinnati was just good timing. So that's why we did that. And we unveiled the larger scale slime ball, which he's a big boy. He's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's big. But we just
Donkey.
did that. Yeah, I think we're gonna probably release that again. We have to, because he's awesome. want to make sure as many people get their hands on that booty as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, we might make some modifications to him, might change him up a little bit, change his arms, and re-release him again someday.
Yeah. And this is I haven't even opened this yet, and I just realized I don't know where my scissors are to open this, but this is the translucent one.
Oh, is that the prototype one?
Yeah, the prototype one. I just
you got it. Great.
haven't quite opened it yet. Yeah, I got it a few days ago. I was like, wait, I gotta wait to open it, and then I just realized I can probably. I just don't want to. I don't want to peel the paint. Like, it's so nice.
It should hold up. We had those. Those are the first. That's like the only packaging that we had made like outside of us. Like all the other packaging I made.
Oh, okay.
That was the first one that we actually had made by another company for us.
Ooh, certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, fancy.
So fancy. Terratop white. I know. I wanted the other one. Also, I love your guys' stickers. The holographic. Anything holographic, translucent. Oh, wait. Was this part of it, or did you throw this in?
There's a little extra in there. Yeah, pink gargoyle goes.
Damn it. Thank you. Okay, I didn't mean for this to be an unboxing, but I realized, like, since I hadn't opened this, and might as well show off your stuff, but that's awesome. So it is a pink version of this bad guy.
Yeah, we were trying to decide between pink and purple.
So cool.
So we made a few of each, and we decided with purple.
So
you could see the details better, but I still like the pink too. So
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I can see that with the purple, but yeah, just this pink. I'm not a huge pink fan, but that pink is pretty awesome. Oh, the little ducky. Oh, and oh my gosh, it looks actually
it's a different one.
Like a rubber ducky, a little different. Which fun fact: when I was in like 4th, 5th, maybe 6th grade, somewhere around then, my friend was like terrified of rubber duckies. So cute. And so me and my other friend, we did a sleepover one night, and during the night we just like, because we were sleeping in another part of her parents' house, we just covered her room in rubber ducky stuff, and she woke up, which, I mean, she knew what we were doing essentially, but she woke up and she was like, oh my god, this is insane. Anyways, rubber ducky, sorry. Wow. I had, gotta get that translucent.
Yeah, that was one of our tests.
Very cool. There you go. 1-on-1. Sorry, nobody else can have this. This is mine.
That's
just
the only one
show
that looks like that. That's
trying to show off
legit
your work.
1-of-1. Yeah.
Very exclusive.
1-of-1.
Yeah. Be careful. The feet are a little goofy. That was while we were still.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's
but
fine.
other than that, it's just, I think the tub is actually bigger than the one we finally settled on too.
Yeah,
so
I was
it's a
gonna
different
say,
size.
I think it is a little bit. This is the one you can get.
Mm-hmm. When we come out with stuff, we make a ton of prototypes and test things and different sizes and features, and before we actually settle on what we think is not so much what we think we can actually execute the best is what we settle on. So.
Oh wow, yeah, this one is like significantly heavier. It's like a little bit, just like a tiny bit wider for sure. Very fun. And thank you. Thanks for the little extra goodies.
Oh, appreciate you picking one up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't resist the translucent. Anyways, let's do the giveaway finally.
Destructor.
Let me double check to make sure no one else has entered. I think I got everyone. I think Master Versal was the last one. Johnny, do you see that?
No.
On the note?
Let me refresh it. Maybe it didn't.
This is the one that I'll be shipping out. This one right here.
Yeah.
The winning.
This is mine. That's the one you're getting.
There is.
Okay.
There's someone in the chat who's very excited for the giveaway, but I think that is the person who is international and is actually not eligible.
Sorry.
So, sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
Oh no.
It is time. It is time. It is time. I'm just gonna hold this up so if people like aren't really watching, they pay attention. We are doing the giveaway. It is giveaway time. If people want to start typing in the chat saying it's giveaway time, just in case, I would feel really bad if they've been waiting. I know Mark had to leave, sadly, but
Oh, so does he need to come
you
out?
get
Because-
Mike asked if are you gonna sign it?
Sure. If you want it to be worth less money.
Why would it be worth less?
I don't know. I just I'm still coming to grips with people actually enjoying and buying our stuff like that. So it's thanks for saying that. It's an honor.
Yes, his house is indeed haunted. All right. So thanks
No
everyone
joke.
for entering. Oh, that's right. You live in New Zealand. Ah, damn it. Okay. Well, yeah. We'll discuss. If you win, we'll figure it out.
If they win, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Kayla, check the private chat real quick and just give me a yes or no.
Okay.
Ooh, can I look at
that? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you
Rule-
can. You can look at the private chat.
Rules is rules, huh?
Yeah. I mean, they might show back up, but I'd just leave it in.
Okay, leave
I
it
guess.
in.
I don't know. Yeah.
The
All right.
winner has to
Anyways.
confirm that they're here, right?
Yeah, exactly. And if they're not here, we'll take them out. Yeah. Thanks everyone for entering. Again, very excited to do this. You will not be disappointed. She is a badass bitch. I just love like all the LOL veiny details on her. And just like the fact that the hair is sparkly and then the eyes and the mouth are shimmery. It's like two different I don't know what the word for that is.
Pearlescent. That's the paint I use on the eyes and the tongue. Yeah. Pearlescent. It's fun to say. I kind of took advantage of the fact that we made her hair separately, so I gave it like a. She does have a little bit of a sparkle to her, but that's actually like an automotive like chameleon color changing glitter paint that we used on the hair.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
Took advantage of it being two pieces, so made it stand out a little bit. But it is really hard to photograph and see in videos and stuff. But in person, I kind of like that too.
Yeah,
kind of a little bit of a surprise.
And like the nails.
Yeah.
I know when I got her, I kept trying to take photos and I'm like, I feel like it doesn't capture it.
And that's another pain with glow in the dark stuff too. It's so hard to like photograph it. And like when it's not glowing, it kind of looks a certain way. And then when it is, it's hard to see the details and stuff. So
yeah.
Crotch shot.
There's the right there. Trying to show the like veins.
I'm set up, so you just let me know when you're ready to do it.
We're ready to go. All right.
Okay. Do it.
Time for the giveaway, y'all. Just whoever wins first, if you're in the chat, you win. We're not doing the taking them out unless they're not here. And I think we got everyone. Let me just double check. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Nice.
I can't do drum
roll. It's gonna make noise when we click the button. So yeah, no
good.
Wheel of Death. I wanted to find something different. I don't want to be like everybody else. This was the thing that we
What's this one?
Most. It's kind of like a slot machine.
Oh,
sort of
okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's quick though.
It's a
so
girl.
there's very little there's very little suspense. So once I click this, it's only going to be a couple seconds. But here we go. I'm going to click in
3, 2, 1, go.
1. Oh no, I got to spin.
Ready, go. Oh wow, that's loud.
That is louder.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Oh,
Derek
Hoover.
I just
Come
saw
on
him in
down.
the chat.
Derek Hoover, where are you?
I just saw you.
I know he's been here
Hopefully.
like all night.
Yeah.
Beducci's not allowed to win.
Sorry,
He's an
I did not
international.
realize. My apologies.
I know.
That was way louder than.
Hey! Congratulations, Derek.
Yay. Congrats.
Anytime I tested it, it was not that loud. I don't know why.
Yay.
You're good. Yay!
You are here. Congrats. Yay. Oh my gosh. So exciting. You will enjoy her. That's what they said. Anywho. Yeah. I think that's it now.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. See you, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Mr. Oh yeah, and Derek will I am a winner, Ma. We'll
You're good
get in
enough.
touch with you.
You're smart enough, and gosh darn it,
Yeah.
people like you.
Yep. Here's
Yeah.
your. This is the one you'll be getting.
Yes.
You're
Very
shipping that out.
Very exciting. Yeah.
Congratulations,
We'll get
Derek.
We'll get in touch, and you'll get in touch, and we'll figure it out. Anyways, thanks thanks again, everyone, for joining us. Mr. Tony Taylor, anything coming up that people should look out for, maybe?
Always. I'll always put up crazy things. There's a couple of guys over my shoulder here. Might see someday.
Looking at them. I was gonna say, you guys are really good at like hinting at things coming up, like you did with the Moogs and
Yeah.
certain dogs.
Yeah.
It's they're translucent.
Yes.
They look hefty too. Those
They're
are
big.
serious
They're
pieces.
big boys. They're colossal creepers.
Wow.
They're
They're
extra
gonna
large
be-
version of our scary scary
Wow.
crypt creepers.
So like
They're
what
gonna be smaller, translucent version.
what
I
material
don't have
is
that much
that?
space.
That
Is
is
that a
resin.
pro-
It's
That's
resin.
resin.
Mhm.
Okay. And
They
is that
are
what
resin.
are the final products resin too, or are they a plastic?
They're a resin. Yeah. Everything that we make here for now is in resin.
All
so.
resin.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But we have a lot of stuff planned, and it's just the time. We have so many plans. It's just being. I
know,
wouldn't
they look
recommend
like
that.
candy.
They taste awful.
I've played
God.
around with some resin casting a year or so ago. I was trying to do dice from silicone
Mhm.
dice molds.
Yeah, that works good.
I was not good at it. I don't have the materials
It's
like
an art
the pressure
form.
pot to get all the bubbles out.
Yeah, you can get a lot of
So-
detail out of it. You get some real nice shine
Yeah.
and some really cool looks with it. So
I
that's
have
why-
a couple
Don't
of
forget there's
like
holes.
resin 3D printed miniatures for D&D that I've got
Yeah.
from people on eBay that are really like the detail you can get in resin 3D
That's-
printing is amazing. But I know that like I've been looking at resin 3D printers, but I know there's a lot that goes into it.
There is, yeah. From designing and sculpting and all that before it even hits the printer, there's so much time
Yeah.
involved. But like you're saying, D&D and miniatures, it's what's really exploded the resin printing
Yeah.
technology and stuff, because that's what everybody was initially getting it for, because they get a lot of detail out of making minifigures. And so if it wasn't for D&D, the resin 3D printing really wouldn't be what it is today. So it's doing more than just influence Stranger Things.
Yeah. D&D fighting with the legends of yore. It's a Stephen Lynch song. If you've never heard of Stephen Lynch, go look up his Stephen Lynch D&D.
I'll have to look them up.
Also,
Never-
I just noticed, are those all Moogs back there?
A couple, yeah.
it was-
There's a few of them. Yeah, they're still.
Okay.
We're almost done with the production. We'll be shipping them out soon, but yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
few
so
of 'em over
excited to
here.
get mine. I had to get the get that D one because obviously.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll be shipping all those out soon. Everyone who ordered a Moogs, they'll be sooner than you. What's it? Yeah, that helps. I might actually have a broken one sitting right here.
Awesome. And where can everyone find you?
We do most of our stuff. Well, pretty much all of our promotions and teases and all that heads up stuff on Instagram at Phantasm Toys, and that's it, man. Thanks for having me
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
of
for coming
course.
on.
And it's also in our description. Make it easier for y'all. You can find all of Phantasm's info. And thanks for joining. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks for
yeah.
geeking the F out with us and graciously donating your awesome
Yes.
Class 10
Happy to do
Destructor
it.
for giveaway.
Happy to do it.
Again, Derek.
Yes, congrats.
And thanks everyone who entered and liked the post and whatnot. It's been fun interacting with you all and hearing all your favorite Halloween movies and TV shows that you like. It's made a new list for me for stuff to watch. Yeah, and then if anyone wants to follow us, we're at GTFO channel on all the socials. And coming up this week, we're going to be talking about Loki episode 4.
Yes.
Man, we
Loki
got a packed week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
Or no, not Friday this week.
I
That's
have
why we're
Friday.
doing Loki on Wednesday. You're on something on Wednesday, so why don't you talk about it?
We're doing Loki Wednesday. I'm on something
Yes.
Friday. Okay. Yeah. So Wednesday, we're going to be talking with Factorverse and the Holdo maneuver about episode 4. Yes. And if you've seen that episode, it was an episode. So stay tuned for that. Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Johnny got his pruner. It's pretty awesome. Although it also sounds like a vibrator. Eat some spaghetti before the chat. Or maybe not.
No.
If you know, you know.
Came with
Oh, cool.
That's really cool.
I almost went as Loki this year for Halloween.
Oh.
Almost, but I would have had to shave, and then my wife was really against that, so.
I gotta put together a whole TVA agent costume because this thing.
No, it was not a finale. It felt like it could have been a finale.
It did feel like a finale.
Yeah. Crazy tits. So we'll be talking about that on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And then Thursday will be our normal Trek Retrek episode, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. And then Friday, I will be on with Victoria's Cantina. So very excited for that. If you don't follow her on YouTube, go follow her. She's awesome. She's been on YouTube for 10 years. Just crazy tits. Yeah. She's awesome, and she does a little Victoria's Cantina like chat on Friday nights. So very excited to be doing that with her. And I think that's it. Is there anything else, Johnny?
Nope, I think that covers it.
Thanks again for coming on, Tony. It's been so much fun.
Thanks for having me. It's great. Love it.
I don't know why it does that when I play music.
I don't know either.
It's weird.
Very weird. Anyways, hope everyone has a good evening, or if you're watching it on the replay, have a good day, whatever, morning.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
Halloween. Eat all the
Be safe,
candy
everybody.
if you can. Be safe. Stay safe. Be spoopy. Bye, y'all.